Hello. So the purpose of this video is to show the approach to the Seattle downtown supercharger um, from I-5 North, nominally going through downtown. Um, the Seattle Supercharger it's an urban supercharger. It's actually located down in a parking garage underneath the Washington Convention Center. And I don't think it's very straightforward to find. And there's a couple of tricks to getting to it. And I'm going to try to illustrate those. I'm going to make 3 videos. One this way, I-5 Northbound, approaching it. I'm going to make another video, I-5 Southbound, approaching the supercharger location. And I'm also going to make a video on I-90 Westbound, approaching the supercharger. And I think each one of them is going to be significantly different. There's going to be common features, but there's going to be a few tricky bits because of downtown Seattle and because of the location of the supercharger itself. Now, one thing I want to point out, I'm on nav and autopilot right now, and if you're going through Seattle on I-5 North, and you're on nav and autopilot, I see the automatic system. There we go. Don't hit that guy. The automatic system throws in the Seneca Street exit, and you're driving through town, going to Bellingham, Vancouver, BC. If you see the Seneca exit come up on the list, don't take it. Ignore it. I've called in and complained about this. I don't know why, but I've seen it very frequently. The case that it throws the Seneca Street exit in. If you take the Seneca Street exit, you're screwed. You're going to have a difficult time, especially if you're from out of town. You're going to have a difficult time getting back onto I-5 northbound. So just a warning, until they fix that in the nav mapping system, whatever, or just be careful about that, because it's a possible distraction, and it's not going to. Let's see. I'm trying to get it to change lanes here, and it's not changing lanes. All right. Sometimes nav and autopilot doesn't change lanes when you want it to, or when it's about to say, I need to change lanes. Sometimes it cooperates and it just does the lane change. Not today for some reason, but I have to be at least one more lane to the left here to take the Seneca Street exit. In this case, you do want to take the Seneca Street exit. You have to force it to do the lane change here. So this is typical traffic through downtown Seattle. It's Sunday. It's not even noon yet, and we're coming to a standstill. So it goes. Now it's going to let me change lanes, apparently. There we go. One of our mini tower cranes. I have to look up and see if we're still the capital of the United States for tower cranes. We still have a lot of tower cranes up around the city. Yeah, one nice thing about nav and autopilot is traffic like this is just let the system do its thing and relax, and definitely less stressful than if you're actually driving and trying to change lanes or whatever, just stressing out because of the traffic. And just a local note, the Alaska Way Viaduct has been torn down. We have a tunnel for State Route 99, and they've just switched that tunnel to tolling. It was free for at least a few months. They had problems getting the tolling system set up, whatever. But I think that's now people trying to avoid the toll and the tunnel are dumped onto I-5, which is the only other north-south route through Seattle, really. So that might help explain why there's so much traffic here.
Now take exit 165 on the left.
Okay, so now we're going down the Seneca Street exit. And one of the tricks to getting those superchargers coming up, after I come down here and I turn right on the 6th Avenue,
turn right onto 6th Avenue.
take it out of autopilot.
Now turn right onto 6th Avenue.
Okay, now comes one of the tricks. This is University. I need to turn
right onto University Street.
Now, if you can see this carefully, let's see. This street is split. It's actually split into two pieces. What you want to do is you want to take the far left side of the split. Do not take the right side. You'll get back onto I-5.
Now your destination is
Okay.
on the left.
So here we are. You just kind of see it. There says parking up there on the left. I'm going to go all the way down into the parking garage and show you where the superchargers are. Now, this supercharger is behind pay gates. And all the supercharger locations I visited, I think this is the only one. And it's kind of unfortunate. And so you're going to have to pay to use the supercharger. You have to pay for parking. I'm going to get a ticket. Maybe I won't have to pay because I won't be in here very long. So you come in through the gate and you immediately turn right. Oh, look, they added a sign up there, Tesla vehicle charging. That wasn't here before, so that's a good thing. That's excellent. That was not here before, and it was kind of made things a little more confusing. Okay. Ooh, I think they've changed this actually significantly. Since the first time I've been here. Okay, so here are the superchargers. And like I said, they're urban superchargers. They've taken out some walls or something. This is nice actually. Before, when I came through here, there were walls such that it was going to be kind of difficult, especially if you have a Model X like I've got, to get in and park. So this is actually kind of nice. It's a bit more accessible than it used to be. It's kind of a bit weird. They've got 3 parking spots and only 2 chargers. So okay, so this is that, and it's kind of behind the valet parking station. Now, one thing that I have heard, and I'm going to try to explore here a little bit. Let's see if this turns into a waste of my time. One thing I've heard is that there are a bunch of... Okay, that didn't work. Backing out. I've heard that down on a lower level, there are a bunch of level 2 chargers that are free. So I'm gonna do a little. This is exit. So this is obviously not the way to get to a lower level in this parking garage. Okay, well, I guess I'll go ahead and exit out this way. Let's see, just for giggles, I'm going to drive around here and see if they put those supposed level 2 chargers up here instead of down below. Okay, that's definitely going to take me out. Okay, I'm going to turn around here. Okay, I'm going to go down here. So now this is the B level. We were on the A level. The Superchargers upstairs above us. And ha 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 ha, there they are. There they are. A bunch of level 2 chargers, a bunch of Tesla level 2 chargers. You can see them there on the right. So they're down on, this is actually C East, according to the signs on the wall. So, I don't know why a Volt is, they've got a Volt park there. And it almost looks like it's plugged in, which I am really surprised about. And then, again, they've got, well, there's 2 more. These are like destination chargers. Oh, look at that. Interesting. So I'm actually seeing something I didn't realize was possible. I'm going to take the phone out of the mount here. You've got a Honda and you've got a Chevy Volt, and they're plugged into the level 2 Tesla destination chargers. I did not know that was possible. Okay. One learns something new every day. Okay. So I'm going to go back up. So the destination chargers that are free are down on level C in this parking garage. So I'm going to go ahead and head out and set up to approach this place from the north. I'll be I-5 South, and I'll show you how to get to this place that way. So this segment of the video is on I-5 Southbound going to the Seattle Supercharger. One trick from somebody who's been commuting through Seattle southbound for a few years: if you're coming through Seattle southbound on I-5, the best thing you can do is to stay, once you get to the University Bridge, which I'm going over now, like Union's to the right, is to try to stay as far to the right as possible. Today traffic is pretty light, but to stay as far to the right as possible until you get down to just ahead of here. The far right lane is going to turn into an exit only at Mercer Street, which isn't on that sign that we just passed, which is not great. But right about here, you want to start moving all the way over to the left lane, the leftmost lane you can. And its traffic is pretty bad here because 520 just merged onto I-5 Southbound. But you want to work your way over into that far left lane and then continue in the far left lane. If you're a carpool, if you have more than one person, there's a carpool lane that starts in about half a mile ahead out of the far left lane. So you can jump into that and makes it a little quicker to get through downtown. The idea is that you want to stay out of the right lanes because it becomes this huge bunch of mostly exits, some on-ramps on the right side through here. And the traffic to the right tends to bunch up real bad. So, seems weird, but as you're coming across the University Bridge, you want to stay to the right, far right, and then as soon as you get to the 520 merge, you want to move all the way to the left and then continue on. Just a tip. So now we're coming into downtown. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count 7 tower cranes without turning my head much. 8, 9, 10, 11. Yay. Yeah, 12. As I look around some more, I see more tower cranes. So I'm fairly certain we're still the tower crane capital of the United States. 13, there's another one I didn't see before. It was obscured by a building. 14. Jeez Louise and a breeze. Okay, so I'm on Nav and Autopilot again.
Now take exit 165 due on the right.
So this is not going to be symmetric with the northbound I-5 approach. Most superchargers, let's take it out of autopilot here. I mean, most supercharger locations, northbound, southbound, eastbound, westbound, they're basically the same. And
now turn left onto 7th Avenue.
Okay, so here I am going underneath here, and it's Union Square parking, and going up through.
Now your destination is on the right.
And ta-da! Here we are back. This is actually easier to get to, some ways, from the south. Now, just for laughs on this video, on this segment, I'm going to see if I can get directly to those level 2 chargers that are down a level. I'll note that just driving through like I did before, just driving through, it did not charge me for parking. I think there's maybe a 15-minute grace period, which of course is not enough, not enough time to. So now we're coming back. There's the Tesla vehicle charging sign. Okay, now here I've got, yeah, interesting. Now here I've got an ability to turn left, which I didn't see last time. So over there to the right are the level 2, or the urban superchargers. If you can see them, but they're over there. Anyway, so this time I'm going to go this way. So now this is level B. down to level C, I would presume. And all right, there they are. There they are. So that's the more simplified means of getting down here. That if you want to go directly to these chargers, back there where you get to the point of getting to the main Tesla Superchargers, you can make a left turn and then work your way down another level and end up with the level 2 chargers, the destination chargers. Okay, so this is the third approach. This is I-90 Westbound to the Seattle Supercharger. And I just got on at Mercer Island, just so I give it a good run into town. So you can see, and let's see, get us navigating to so I'm letting nav and autopilot make the lane changes or lane decisions. And okay, so just I would have gotten all the way over in the far right lane, or not quite the far right lane, but one lane over at this point. Just anticipating the fact that I'm going to get off on this next exit, and I'm going to have to take, in this case, the Madison Street exit. For out-of-towners coming this way, you go into a big collector distributor where I-90 meets I-5, so you're not actually getting onto I-5 directly, but you're getting into this collector distributor network that runs parallel to I-5. Two stadiums. You're coming around. If you look to the left, you see I-5, the main line, northbound, which is packed on a Sunday at almost 1 p.m., which is kind of crazy, but that is what it is. Now, this collector distributor does merge back onto I-5 up ahead here, and I'm going to jump the gun. Well, I'll leave. Now I guess I'll stay in this lane. But you'll notice the traffic backup to merge onto I-5 North here. So looking at the instructions on the screen, this is probably going to end up being a lot like the northbound I-5 approach, but it is going to have a little twist. I mean, I guess I mentioned in the prior segment, mention it again, most supercharger locations are pretty symmetric in terms of getting to them, north, south, east, west. They're out in the parking lot somewhere, and it's relatively straightforward to get to them. That's really not true of the Seattle downtown supercharger. Okay, so I'm going to drop out of... Now, this is interesting. Let's see. It says to go down to Seneca. So I'll do what the nav says, but you could actually turn left here at Madison and go across the freeway and turn right, and that will put you on 6th, and that's where I'm going to end up. So as an option, you could turn left here, go over and take a right and get on the 6th. But I'm going to do 500 feet, turn left onto Seneca Street. I'm going to do exactly what the nav says to do. And there's another tower crane. There's 2 tower cranes.
Now turn left onto Seneca Street.
Okay, so turn left here. I'll make a right
now
onto
turn
6th.
right onto 6th Avenue.
And we're basically back on the same track that we were coming off of I-5 North. Now, one more thing I'm going to point out about this turn onto University. University Street is a 2-lane street, amazingly enough. So when you make a right turn here, you're not making an immediate right. You're making a right turn further over, but what you're turning onto is actually a 2-lane street. So don't be surprised if you see a car sitting over there going the opposite direction. I guess I haven't seen that very often, but it is possible because this is actually a 2-lane street. As weird as it might be. So, okay, so we'll come around the corner here and voila, we're at the parking garage again.
Destination is on the left.
So I think we'll just leave it here. We've been through this a couple of times now. Hope this helps people coming to Seattle or even people living in Seattle to try to figure out how you get to this supercharger. Thanks.